I mean, I know he can do inward bass because he showed it in some videos already, but still the counter at the beginning was really unexpected for me. Helium, don't f with me. Yo, what's up, my current Beatbox? Welcome back to another nice video with your boy Madox, aka
Человек культуры.
Today I'm going to check out the second round of Inertia versus Helium. If you didn't see the first video, check out the info box right now. We already checked some comments, so we go directly into the video, but first, subscribe to my channel. You done? Let's go!
Let me analyze that.
Let's start with Helium's second round. Everyone's so hyped after that show. What?
Inertia versus King Helium.
Okay, Helium second round. Damn. So for me, really unexpected. I mean, I know he can do inward bass because he showed it in some videos already, but still the counter at the beginning was really unexpected for me. Maybe it wasn't really used in the full potential. He had some sick hip-hop beat in between, really dope flow, really clean style. And at the end, the technical part was really hype. So that was my first impression. Let's get into the details. So Helium started with this inward bass beat at the beginning. It doesn't sound the same like Inertia, but it sounds really powerful and it was really impressive. Not only for me, but also look at the crowd, yo. They were enjoying it so much. No one was expecting that someone will counter Inertia with an inward bass. And I also have to say, like the kick that Helium uses here, I think it's still the without air, like the outward kick without air. But for me, it sounds better than the one Inertia uses. It also doesn't have as much punch as a kick like that. But of course, if you don't use air, you won't have that much punch, but it has enough attack to be a proper kick. And because the inward bass is actually delivering the subs, he doesn't really need the subs in the kick. So for me, it really works. The only thing is that also his spit snare isn't really clean. I can tell that Helium doesn't use his spit snare as much. What I also really loved about this inward bass is that it wasn't just one note, but then towards the end of the beat, he also brought a slight variation where he was cutting it off a bit to bring more vibe to it. But for me, the biggest downside about this beat is that I think to be a proper counter and to really destroy Inertia, he would have needed to extend this beat and bring more variation to it. A second idea to make this counter really work, to actually win this battle, Footbox G actually brought this idea to me when he was here to record some videos with me. he told me that he would have been doing the beat at the end of the round or in the middle to use it like the highlight. Because people most likely would expect a beatboxer to counter at the beginning, but most people don't really expect it towards the end. If you look at Alexinho, for example, when he was battling 2H in 2017 at the GBB,
Come to Inertia when the vibrate.
he didn't use the double voice against 2H at the beginning as a counter, which wouldn't be really effective, but he was using it as a punchline for the latest drop that he did in the round. This way he was using the full potential of the counter. And I think for Helium also, if he would have done it at the end, it would be way more recognizable. People would remember this moment way more. And also because Inertia was answering the second round, Helium like this would put way more pressure on Inertia. Because then Inertia would either need to counter Helium in a typical Helium beat or do the inward bass beat way better. Yeah, so long story short, good idea with the counter and was effective, but I think there's a lot of room for improvement. After the counter, he started hip-hop beat, and for me, really, really nasty one. Like all these lip oscillation variations that he has. Let me listen to it again. So there's some wobbles inside. Damn, it's dope, really original lip oscillation bass. Also the lip bass at the beginning is really untypical. It kind of sounds like there's a wobble inside. Like normally when I do a lip oscillation bass, it's more like. But the one he's using is a. Not really sure how to do it. And as you can see, it also really works as a crowd pleaser because people can bounce to it. It has a really, really sick flow. And then at the end of the first part, he hits with this lip roll that he has. And Helium actually has a really nasty lip roll. I'm not really sure what kind of lip roll he uses, but it's so nasty. It sounds so compressed when he does it. Then after the first hip-hop beat, he does some shuffled beats, and the lip bass that he uses here, it's so nasty. And the groove of it, man, it's so vibey. For me at the beginning, it was really hard to understand what he actually is doing there. Like it's hard to follow the count of it, but I think that's what it makes really special. Like the groove of it, it makes you really feel bouncy and you really want to vibe to it. And it's actually really hard to do a groove like this while keeping the timing and still make it really bouncy. And with this beat, for me, Helium proved that he's way better in timing than Inertia.
Inertia versus King Helium.
Then for the grand final of this round, he was using this punchline, Inertia versus King Helium, to signalize that he's the king on the stage right now. I think at this point, he could do it with a little bit more confidence or do a slight variation of this punchline. Maybe not as much as Alem did it, because with Alem, for me, it was a little bit over the top. But yeah, at the same time, I think it could be a bit more confident. But more important for me is that after the punchline, he was actually delivering. And he really showed that damn, he can beat this guy. You could argue that this ending was repetitive because he also used a sucker punch technique at the end of his first round, but because it was a different pattern and it was also more advanced because he was using way more speed and was speeding it up through the drop, I think it really worked for me. And you can see by the reaction of BBK that this was really, really heavy. By the way, I'm not really sure what I should think about BBK standing in the dark somewhere there. I was enjoying it a little bit more when BBK was actually part of the crowd. But this is just my taste. Yeah, so let's sum it up really quick. Helium really proved that he can do the inward bass. He can create some sick hip-hop flows. He can play with the timing. He's really powerful. He's really technical. So the second round, again, smashed it. Was even better than the first round. But also here, not a really clear storyline. So arrangement-wise, it could be a bit better. Maybe with some melodies in between, some lyrics in between. But again, his biggest strength, of course, his power and his cleanliness, top notch. Let's get into Inertia's second round. Already prepared for mosh pit. Wow. Oh my gosh, all these bass variations. Helium, don't f with me. Such a swaggy moment. Oh man, yeah. So second round of Inertia, again, heavy basses. It was actually an improvement to the first round. It was less simpler. He was battling a bit more. He brought some more sound variations and the storyline of it. Really good structure, really nice arrangement. But again, also here some timing mistakes. But before I keep talking about it, let's get into the details. So Inertia started with this, I think this one is not inward bass, but vibration bass at the beginning. On Inertia, I'm really not sure sometimes what kind of bass he's doing right now because all his basses are sounding so original, so sometimes it's hard to guess. But I think it's vibration bass at the beginning. Yeah, but the way he switches from vibration bass into this Jayton voice. Like this one sounds so nasty when he does it. No chance. Okay. This melody is so catchy and so nasty. I really love it. It's so dope. And as you can see, like the crowd loves it and it's just on a different level, There's not a lot on this planet that have such a crazy bass. And the way he's controlling the bass, I think there's no one that can top this yet on this planet. There's some beatboxers like Vocoder who have crazy inward bass lines and vibration basses. Remix also has a really crazy vibration bass, so check him out if you want to learn this. But Inertia is just so original when he does it, so crazy.
Helium, don't fuck with me.
Then Inertia get into the drop and he just keeps the bass and the melody while adding drums, but that's totally enough. It's like you can see the crowd. Everyone is freaking out. It really hits hard. The only problem about the drop was that as soon as he was hitting the drums, his vibration bass got a bit unclean. But the beat itself, oh my gosh, like the contrast of this Jayton voice and the vibration bass, it's such a full beat and it's so nasty. Then after the first drop, he brings this variation. No clue how to do it. I guess I could learn it because I'm on a good way to learn the vibration bass, but I'm really far from this right now. Also this growl. So nasty. At this point, I think his vibration bass is different. When I do it, it's more like... His sound's a bit higher. Maybe he's using a different technique. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, really original vibration bass. It's so nasty. After this drop variation, he drops into a beat with this nasty growl again. Oh my gosh, I really love how Inertia, with every beat, he can top himself. And that's why this round is so hype. He just starts with the melody at the beginning. It's so hype already. Then he brings in the drums. It's even more hyping. Then this variation. Oh my gosh, like he already starts on a really high energy level. But then he's still room improvement to make it even nastier and even heavier. So this is for me the most mind-blowing part of this round. Ah, damn. And then the moment when he starts to scratch his bass, that's really dope. The only downside for me here is that he got out of timing here. It works as a really sick effect. It's really impressive how he does it. But I think it would be even better if he would keep the timing there. Because like this, he loses the flow. Then for the last part, he maintains the scratch and the... That's so cool, of course. But also here, the timing, he was speeding a bit too much. He was really rushing. I'm not sure why he had a lot of time left. I guess he was just a bit hyped, but that's for me the thing. When you're a professional beatboxer, it doesn't really matter how hyped you are right now. You should be able to keep your basics clean.
Basics first.
And for me, basics are good drums, good timing. Yeah, what I also really love about this beat is all these like this human sounds in between. It makes it so swaggy and it reminds you that, yo, it's actually a human doing it right now. And it's a really cool contrast to these electronic sounds that he does. So yeah, what can I say? Really sick sound design here. Inertia is a beast with these sounds. At the end though, big downside for me, he had 8 seconds left on the clock and he decided to not keep going. I don't know, it's like sometimes it can work as a performance element. To be honest, I saw it way too often already, these moments where beatboxers be like, I don't need those 10 seconds anymore or the 8 seconds anymore. Inertia is not saying anything about it, he just stops doing it. Some people could say, yeah, he already destroyed him. He doesn't need the 8 seconds anymore. I personally prefer if beatboxers use the full round and not just quit before the time is left. You don't necessarily need to drop into something heavier again. You can also do an outro with something or do a performance element, whatever, use the time, but yeah, use it. So for me, this would actually cause some minus points. But anyways, let's compare Inertia second round with Helium second round. On the one hand, we have Helium with really clean patterns, really sick flow and a good counter at the beginning. Not the strongest counter, but a good counter. On the other hand, we have Inertia with a crazy sound design and a sick evolution through the whole round. In the first round, for me, it was a really, really close battle. I couldn't really make a decision after the first round. Just my personal preference would be Inertia after the first round because I really loved the composition. But in the second round, for me, it was a bit more clear that Inertia was in the front. Helium did a good counter, but as I mentioned, there's a lot room for improvement for this counter. And the composition again was doing 3 routines instead of 1 whole piece. On the other side, we had Inertia with this 1 piece. Everything really feels connected and the evolution of the beat didn't stop. There was like, he was going and going and going and raising the energy with every drop that he did. So yes, Helium was again cleaner. He didn't have so much timing problems like Inertia. But Inertia was really strong with the sound design, with the bass sounds and the scratches, as well as the storyline, the composition. So for me in the second round, I see Inertia in the front. Let's see how the judges decided.
We go to our esteemed judging panel. This side for Inertia. This side for Helium. Moving on to the next round, Grand Beatbox Battle 2021. I say the 3, y'all say the 2 and the 1. Crowd in 3.
Okay, so we have 3 points for Inertia, 1 for Helium, and Reaps 1 can't make a decision. So it's ZD pointing to Helium, Reaps 1 can't make the decision, Pechinkata, Kenny Urban, and Dilo pointing towards Inertia. I think that's fair, so it's 3-1 and 1 exclusion. ZD probably was focusing on the cleanliness, so he voted for Helium. Pechinkata, Kenny Urban, and Dilo probably voted for Inertia because it was more hype, crazy sound design, crazy storyline. And to be honest, I also can understand Reaps 1 who couldn't make a decision because Helium's counter was really strong, but at the same time, for me, the counter wasn't enough to win this battle. So no clue why he couldn't make a decision here, but maybe this was one thing that he was considering. But as I said, I saw Inertia in the front because of his sick composition, all these hype moments, these crowd pleasers. But Helium still did a really, really great job, and I really can understand why this battle is so hype and has so many views. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Quick and easy. If you enjoy my content, please like the video, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. And if you're interested in more analysis videos with Inertia, click this video right here. I was analyzing Collapse versus Inertia, where Collapse was actually defeating Inertia. So click it right now if you want to watch it.